Hey guys, welcome to the BJ Show. Welcome to round 2 for the AFL. This episode I'll be sharing my votes for the top 3 professionals from each team. I will be sharing my footy tips. So let's begin. So it's round 2 and it's Thursday footy. It's Thursday night footy at the MCG. We have the Carlton vs Geelong. I went with Geelong with my footy tips. Here is the top 3 for each team with Carlton and Geelong. So we take on the Patrick Cripps and Max Holmleys. From perspective for Carlton and Geelong, coming in the top 2 in now second is Charlie Cruz now from Carlton, Isaac Smith from Geelong. So well done, and our best on grounds for each team are Adam Stan and Jeremy Cameron. Well done, best of top 3. Here's your top 3 for each team for the Carlton and Geelong. Now it's the second game for round 2. Friday night footy at the gutter. What a big collection with 12 minutes remaining in the final quarter with a blackout. And it was like a big thunder background. If you did watch that game, wow. But well done for Melbourne coming back. Just not getting that result with a win. But look, Melbourne's still quite good. So we have the Brisbane versus Melbourne. And I went with Brisbane as my footy tips. Here's the top 3 for each team for Brisbane and Melbourne. We start with Joe Danaher, superstar, to Brown from Melbourne. 2 key forwards done really well. Coming next is Josh Dunkley from the Brisbane Lions and Melbourne's Brody Grundy from the Melbourne Demons. Best on ground, Zane Zuko from Brisbane, Clon Oliver from Melbourne. So here's your top 3 for each team for the Brisbane and Melbourne game. We're now into the third game for round 2. MCG for the Saturday footy. Collingwood vs Port Adelaide. I went with Collingwood. Here's the top 3 for each team for the Collingwood Port Adelaide. Here's your first one for each team. Josh Dacos, well done. Kane Fellow, awesome job for both. Well done for coming to first place. Second, Tom Mitchell from Collingwood and Conwozy from Port Adelaide. And best on grounds, Nick Dacos from Collingwood and Charlie Dixon from Port Adelaide. So here's your top 3 for each team for Collingwood and Port Adelaide. It's the 4th game for round 2. Adelaide Oval we are at for the Twilight Saturday footy. Adelaide Crows vs Richmond. Adelaide the footy tips. Here's the top 3 for each team for the Adelaide Crows vs Richmond. Josh Wishley, keep up the great job, mate. We're staying really. Great start to the season, being the first on ground. Second, Jordan Dawson. Well done, mate, from Adelaide. Great captaincy. So you have started very well for my voting. And Liam Bucker from Richmond. And best on ground for the each team are Roy Laird, of course, dominate over with Jacob Hooper from the Tigers. It's the 5th game for round 2. We're in Melbourne, Marblestone for the Saturday night footy. Western Bulldogs vs St Kilda. I went with Western Bulldogs. Here is the top three for each team. For the Western Bulldogs, St Kilda. Bailey Smith, Western Bulldogs. Jack Sinclair, St Kilda. Josh Bruce, Western Bulldogs. Jack Steele, St Kilda. Best on ground for each team. Tim English, Western Bulldogs. Warren Marshall, St Kilda. So here's your top three for each team for the Western Bulldogs versus St Kilda. It's game 6 for round 2. We have the first of the two of the stadium in Perth host games, and we are in the second Saturday night footy. Fremantle will be the first one as they take on North Melbourne. What a game this was, but I went with Fremantle. What a result, what a good contest, and here's the top three for each team. Fremantle versus North Melbourne. Here is your first one for each team. Luke Ryan and Jack Siegel for both respective clubs. The second one for each team is James Ash from Fremantle and Luke Davis Kane for North Melbourne. And Andrew Bradshaw from Fremantle. Well done. You're looking pretty good in being my top three, mate. Just keep up the great work. And Harry Sisley, man, another top three in the top three from another round. You're going to look really good this year. Well done. Here's your top three for each team for the Fremantle versus North Melbourne. We enter now the 7th game for the round 2. As we're now heading into Sydney, at the SCG in Sydney. Sydney versus Hawthorn. I went with Sydney. No, Hawthorn is a rebuilding team. You've got to always back up your team, even they are rebuilding. So, and here is the top three for each team. With Sydney and Hawthorn. Luke Parker, Sydney. Dylan Moore, Hawthorn. Logan McDonald, Sydney. Gene Sinclair, another best on ground, well done. And top three, Callum Mills, Sydney, Will Day in third spot. So well done, here's your top three for each team for Sydney and Hawthorn. It's the 8th game, second to last game for round 2. We head back to Marble Stadium in Melbourne. Essendon Bombers versus Gold Coast Suns. My tip was Essendon. Here is the top three for each team. Here we go for the Essendon Bombers versus Gold Coast Suns. We come to Zach Merritt, well done. Lockie Whaler from Gold Coast. Second, Dylan Shield, Essendon. Nineson, Gold Coast. Third, Will Satterfield, another top three, well done. Todd Miller from Gold Coast, another top three. You're looking pretty good. Will Sheller, there's been some great talent so far in this competition, and there's some really scary moments for individual. So here's your top three for each team for the Essendon and Gold Coast. Final game, we're here for round 2. We're now heading from back to Oxstone in Perth. We got the West Coast Eagles, first home game for the season as they host GWS Giants. My footy tip was West Coast Eagles. They look really good, West Coast. I saw some of that highlights and they look really scary. So well done. So here's the top three for each team. For West Coast and GWS Giants. Jake Waterman, well done. Toby Green, Heads up, mate. You're doing well. Mother bag full goals. Well done. John Hunt, well done. Welcome to the West Coast Colours, mate. Best of luck. You know you got so much talent in, and all the best at West Coast. Isaac Cummings coming for the Giants. And best on ground, Tim Kelly comes in the best on ground for the West Coast. Jesse Hogan back in Perth in the Giants colours. It is the Giants best on ground. So well done for West Coast and Giants. Top 3 best on grounds. Well, that's the end of the round 2. 2 weeks in the AFL season is complete. Well done to all the winners and the players who I voted for this round. That is it for another episode of the BJ Show. Hope you all enjoyed it, and remember to like and subscribe down below. See you next time for more on the BJ Show. Bye for now. Peace.